Hello everyone, my name is Muir and this is Starsector version 0.95.1a. And these are the Medley Condor. So this is the earliest, easiest in-game carrier fleet that you can spam out. You may or may not be able to build these Condors right from the very beginning of the game as soon as you have a colony. What you can do, if you want to do that, by the way, is just take a commission with somebody. You can take a commission with a hedge almost immediately. If you're playing the base game, you can found a colony somewhere, slap heavy industry on it, and immediately start building ships. That is something that you can do is the moment you've got like 100 grand. I recommend choosing Mazdak the Atslon system if it has a free planet that you can work on. And then you can just spam out, you can just spam these out if you want to. So, what is this? This is the Medley Condor. This is part of my Medley series of ship to Medley is just a lot of different things. So here we have warthogs and we have broadswords. You may be able to make one of these right from the get-go, but you can usually find them both on the market pretty easily. This uses 2 Vulcan cannons and a pylon missile launcher. We have reinforced bulkheads here because these will get destroyed if they are attacked directly, and this just lets you get them. This lets you get them back pretty much for free. Now, if they already have a bunch of derelicts on them, or for whatever reason you don't want to put this on there, you can go with expanded missile racks. You would just change this Vulcan cannon to a light mortar instead. So, what can this actually do? Well, during testing, I put it up against equal points of like enemy capital ships that you would see, and I don't think it lost anything and just wiped them out, which is crazy. So we have this pirate armada here. There's a lot of scary ships, I suppose. Let's go see how well it deals with these guys. Let's move to engage. These only cost 8 points to spam out. And, well, we can spam out most of them. So we get rid of those, we can spam out all of them. Now, per my usual rules with spamming out carriers, my main go-to is just to hit full assault and hope for the best. So, let's see how well they do. We fixed the lag problem for the most part, so that's good. Alright, let's see how well these work out. That way. And there we have it. Well, that's pretty telling of how powerful this kind of fleet can be in the early game. Aside from that shuttle, I don't think anyone else is going to escape. Yeah, there's just so many of them can spam out those Pila, and that just rips everything apart. So the Pila, they take down everything's engines and weapons, the Broadswords take down their shields, and the Warthogs take down their armor, and everything takes down their hull. So, yeah, it's pretty pronounced how effective it is. Also, just for the sheer number of Pila coming in, there's not a whole lot of things they're going to be able to do to handle that with point defense. But alright, and down they go. Let's claim victory. There's like, you know, a few things. And these are common ships. Like, these are some of the most common ships you can find in Starsector. And then massing them out works, which is absolutely insane. The only thing they have to worry about is enemies could chase them down and kill them that way. But, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. So, the question becomes, can they take down redacted fleets? That, I'm not so sure about. Lots of redacted fleets over here. We're gonna find... Yeah, that one looks nice. We can take out that one. All these are, you know, 4-star, but let's check out this one. I like him to break away from the pack. I want to, but I want to see what happens when we have a there's some of these guys in there. Okay, well, we need him to sort of peel away a little bit. And in dead mode you can teleport, so that's what you're seeing here. But alright, let's go ahead and make a quick save. All of our ships are repaired, I believe. Yeah, everything's great. Let's go see what they can do against this. Yeah, let's move to engage. Let's throw everything we've got at them. Why not? And let's full assault, because we are here just to see how well they do, not to give them specific commands and help them, and try to help them in any way, shape, or form. So we've got a lot of vessels incoming. Now, normally they would just sort of move forward until they ran into something. Because sensors are off, they are able to see and target enemies a little bit earlier, but it's not going to make a major difference, though. So the main weakness of the Condors is that if they are targeted directly, they go down pretty quickly. The main strength of the remnant fleets, or the remnant ships, is that they tend to be fairly high damage, high flux. Yeah, high flux capacity, high damage capacity. So they tend to do a really good job at killing anything that they can get close to. The question is, can they actually get close to them? I have a feeling that this Radiant, if it can close in, is going to start just murking people left and right. But that is the question, can he get close? We have all these missiles coming in for this one, whatever that is. That one Glimmer. Doesn't seem to be going too well for him. We have these two Fulgens, closing in over here. These are support drone ships. I believe they're good at shooting things down. We have that it is slowly trying to kill off some of these Condors. Now remember, if they can start killing off the Condors, then they can win, and that can work out for them. But there's always the chance they get overwhelmed really quickly and just slaughtered. The main strength of the Condor is that there are so many of them, and just the massed missile spam It can just be a bit overwhelming for the enemy. But let's go ahead and get back here. This is a bit faster. Alright, we haven't lost any Condors yet, though some have taken damage. And we're starting to see the battle line get formed. Alright, that guy is getting hammered right now by pretty much the entire fleet over here. So, it's not going to end well for him, but he is maybe going to take down this Condor. But they're not quite. Alright, back to the map. They are slaughtering these guys just left and right. Can this Radiant get in there and just start slaughtering people? There goes a Condor. Because right now the Condors are actually doing a really, really good job. Have all these fighters pounding on that one brilliant. Oh! He's like, no! Alright, there goes another Condor. So this Radiant is just taking people out left and right. Yeah, there isn't a whole lot they can do when he starts targeting them directly. It's just how long is he going to be alive? Can he kill them all fast enough to make a considerable, difference? Now against 2 Radiants, that might be a bit much, but if there's only one, maybe he can't kill them all fast enough. We don't know. There are these supporting ships trying desperately to keep the Radiants alive, but it's already starting to take some hull damage, which does not bode well. This Fulgent over here is trying to do something for this Condor, but it gets pushed back. And things just aren't going their way. This Condor is separated from the pack, but this Radiant seems to be struggling just a little bit more than he probably likes. What he needs to do is just sort of teleport in and just start murking people. That's what he needs to do. It's probably what he's trying. It seems that's what he's doing right now. He's slowly trying to kill these Condors off left and right. But, well, more of the fleet showing up to tell him to say you want me. So, yeah, the power of the Warthogs is their ability to just start cutting through armor. And with that, I think this is pretty much over for the Remnants. This Carrier Mono fleet is able to just tear through them. By and large, because of the Warthogs, because of the broadswords and the Warthogs, and the massed missiles being able to take engines offline and just overwhelm any kind of reasonable port defense in the game. Alright, looks like they're coming over here, so they're probably going to jump in. Half are going for this guy, half are going for him. I have a feeling he's probably going to die first. He has the biggest concave going. And he's going to die very, very quickly. Down it goes. One next. And lastly, everyone goes over here and kills this guy. So the only ships we lost, as far as I'm aware, were from the Radiant. We might have lost a few from other ships, but I'm not entirely certain about it. Alright, so that fleet's destroyed. Let's recover the 4 Condors that we lost. So even with that, how many crew did we lose? Let's find out. How many crew did we lose? About a little over 300. That's with 4 Condors exploding. Well, let's go check out something with 2 Radiants in it. Maybe that will give us a bit more of a challenge. So we have this one. All our ships are repaired. So let's go see how well this one plays out. Now, if you want to throw those in there, these afflictors, you can. They do a decent job at keeping enemy ships busy, and if you want to, you can, what I like to do is I like to pilot these and then debuff specific enemies. Things to work pretty well. So we have 2 Radiants in play at the moment. We have the Iron Buster, and the Solar. Alright, they are just on full assaults. They're out doing their thing. The only problem here is that these Radiants cost a lot to deploy, so there are fewer support ships here to take the attention off of the Radiants. Now, there's a lot of there's more fleet back there that's waiting to be deployed, but the Radiants are more likely going to be focused. Now, these 3 Condors are probably stone dead, so we don't have to worry about them. But at the same time, these guys are also, all 3 of these dudes are dead. These Condors are probably going to sweep up there and slaughter these guys. Yep, we have some more support ships coming in. And this Fulgence is currently facing a massive barrage of missiles and just tons of broadswords and some weapons. But alright, he is going to die very soon. There he goes. I assume he's going to go down very soon as well from this Radiant. He's probably blasting him at the moment. And we're starting to see things kind of even out a little bit. The wall of carriers is starting to form, and these 2 guys are going to start sweeping in this one. But we're seeing those Lumens and other ships get annihilated, so it's not that big a deal. Now we do have a few of these to throw in. Let's go ahead and toss them in. And we're having some vessels come in, try and even things out. Alright, there goes that Afflictor. Dryden's old Earth, old West. Yeah, sounds good. And now we're seeing these guys sort of sweep around. But will it be enough so we can be kind of sizable victims? I'm not sure. The 2 Radiants are incredibly dangerous. They were responsible for most of the kills in the last battle. And the Condors have already suffered many more losses, just having 2 Radiants pounding on them. And the Radiants might rip and tear through this pretty quickly. Now, I doubt this fleet is capable of taking on the Super Redacted. The Drovers can't, and the Drovers are a bit better at killing things. I think they could take this out. Whereas the Condors might just get stopped right here. So they can take that out. There are some more ships coming on in. And the Condors are dropping like flies. So at a certain point with massed carriers, you run the risk so mass carriers only really works when you have that critical mass of carriers. So once you dip below that, you lose the ability to actually kill any enemies, aside from enemy fighters. So as long as they can stay at that critical mass where they could, in theory, kill a Radiant, they can do alright. It's just they've lost a lot of Condors so far. So we might be getting to so this is probably the hard limit of if they have more than 1 Radiant. There's also the point that we could have had them all sort of gather in one area, and that might have helped them a bit more. But it is what it is. They're starting to do some armor damage to this Radiant. That seems to be working out pretty well for them. But this Brilliant here, the Redacted, the Remnants tend to like to use battle carriers. We're already starting to see this Radiance here, like ripping that guy apart, this Radiance over here trying to target these people or chase them down. And yeah, the fighters seem to be kind of split up a bunch. He's going up to him now. And what needs to happen for carrier groups like this to win is they need to focus down specific enemy ships. This guy's already coming in to split up their numbers. And I think at this point this is a lost battle for the Condors. But they are able to take down some of the lesser in-game remnant fleets, which is absolutely crazy. Just not the larger ones, not the ones with 2 Radiants. Those will just tear them apart. But yeah, seems to be going pretty well. So this is a fleet that you would make literally right out the gate. So you would mix Condor, Medley Condors and Medley Drovers together. As you found Drovers, you could mix some Medley Moors in there. If you found some Legions, you would mix some Medley Legions in there. But really this thing's entire job is just to spam out fighters and hope for the best. But yeah, this fight's over. It's been over for a while. Go ahead and hit that. Did I save? I think I saved. But yeah, can they defeat the Ultra Robot? The answer is, in my mind, incredibly clearly no. Now the Ultra Redacted, they change their positions they change their positions. What in the world? Oh, okay, this planet was over there for some reason. For the Ultra Redacted, they change their the Super Redacted, they change their position every year, well, every game, every seed, so yours won't always be here, it can be anywhere. Now, this is spoilers for the Ultra Endgame, so if you want to avoid spoilers, you should look away right now. Warning was given once. Let's go with, in 10 seconds, we are going to engage. So, well, when I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do this. Go on, everyone, do your thing. As always, we're going to put them on full assault and just let them do their thing. Again, if you have not fought these guys yet, you should go away. You should stop watching. But if you just want to see how well this Condor fleet does, this literally earliest early game fleet you can build does, then by all means. So the Afflictors are going in and essentially just dying. Tends to be what Afflictors do in this patch of the game. So he's gone. He's going to be gone very shortly as well. But we see the fighters are starting to flood in. My prediction is that they might kill, like, the Tesseract form of one of these. But they'll ultimately die pretty quickly. Because Condors, unlike Drovers, have even fewer defenses. Those guys coming into the missile barrage. And he's probably going to kill Condors, like, left and right. So there's a really... It's more likely that they're going to get through phase one of these enemy ships, but not the others. But he seems to be taking some damage. He seems to be taking some damage. Will it be enough? As one of these Condors limps back, just barely alive. As he is getting absolutely just jumped by Warthogs. They seem to be focusing over here now. And that's one Condor down. He's getting jumped. And they're going to work their way through at least one of these. Oh. Is he going to go down? Yeah, one of them went down. So they got past phase 1 with one of the Tesseracts. Now, these are little fighters, and it looks like they got through the other Tesseract. It is now split up into its other forms. And this is kind of a worst case scenario for these guys. Because now they have a lot of targets. Now those targets effectively have Omega cores on them, which are just absolutely amazing at doing things. Yeah, I think they have like all the skills as elite. What that means is that these things are going to just be able to start tearing through these guys left and right. Not as effectively as the previous Tesseract versions could have. But they're going to be pretty tough. But they're going to run into the same problem as fighting a lot of remnants, or a lot of gradients have. That thing's going to go down pretty quickly. Then again, maybe they won't have to worry about it. Maybe they can clear the enemy fighters and start clearing things. So let's see. Because remember, all it takes is they just need to dip below that critical mass to actually be able to kill things, and it's game over. And we see him taking some damage. And down he goes. It does seem to take them just a little bit longer. Yes. And they seem to be starting to drop like flies. Part of that is the redacted fighters are coming out and clearing a lot of the fighters. Part of that is just these guys all have a bunch of weapons that can bring to bear on one specific Condor. But I am expecting the Condors to lose with this battle overall. It seems like we got another one at the Central Shard, the Sinistral Shards taken care of. But for every one of those Sinistral Shards they take down, they are losing, like they're losing 1 or 2 Condors. Maybe 3. But I think we're approaching that critical mass, especially with all the fighters here clearing the Condor's fighters. I think it is very quickly moving into points of no return territory, if it's not already there. Yeah, we're beyond the point of no return effectively. So the Condors can't take that out, but they can give it a nice go. Just not enough for it to really matter. And he's going to destroy that one, and they're going to flood on through. Now again, this is supposed to be one of the hardest fights in the game. There is one that is slightly harder than it. It has a Tesseract with a bunch of, with a already like really large remnant fleet, which is, well, it's a bit more difficult than this. I think it's also bounty worth like 1 million or 10 million, so it's definitely out there. And as we can see, not quite up to the task. This last poor Condor was just permanently taken out. Couldn't pay his land like crazy. And there he goes. But alright, that's that. Alright guys, so again, this is a fleet that can take down pretty much the entire early game to mid-game even. But it can't take out, it can take out the very, very beginning of the late game. But it can't take anything on beyond that. So, this will be something that you want to mix. You could just go pure Condor, or you can mix that with the... We can mix that with the Medley Droger, Medley Muir, and Medley Legion ships to just get as much out of these as you can. The convoys tend to work great when massed, like most carriers do, and you can typically spam up around 20 of them to 25 of them in a single battle, which will allow you to win pretty handily. But alright, if you're struggling with the Remnants fleets in medium and high threat areas, and you just want something that can do the trick, check out my Remnant fleet videos, my Medley fleets, and just see whatever seems to work for you. But yeah, alright everyone, my name has been Muir. This has been Starsector version 0.95.1a RC6. Go ahead, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and just share the video if you think you'd like, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye, everyone.